Hello. My name is Julie Kuhlken. I'm here in Kuhlken Vineyards. We're celebrating the 25th anniversary of our vineyard. This field, which is now our vineyard, was originally a cow field for a pasture. And so the first thing my parents had to do in order to turn this into a vineyard was to put a deer fence around it. So one of the things about this area is if you try to plant anything, you don't have a deer fence, the deer get it. So the first thing was the deer fence. And then, obviously you start planting. And my parents at the time were looking at what people wanted to buy, which was Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Chardonnay, and Sauvignon Blanc. So that's what they planted originally. And some of these vines represent those early vines. Anyway, right now we're looking at early bud break here. The Merlot comes out a little bit earlier than other vines like the Mourvedre, which we can look at some point later. We're right here with a vine that's had bud break probably about 2 weeks ago. And so you can see the leaves are starting to really form out. When we prune, which is the season before you have bud break, you try to get just a few spurs here that are going to become your growing season. And each one of them has about 2 buds on it. And what that leads to is these baby grapes right here. This is where you're going to see the clusters come off eventually. And so these will continue to expand and become the grape clusters. Okay, so here we're looking at very early bud break. This is Mourvedre. It's a very late budding varietal, or relatively late budding varietal. And so you can see here the buds are just opening up. And so these will unfurl and become all the leaves that you could see on the Merlot. And so you can see a little more. It varies from spur to spur as it comes out, but hopefully all of these buds will turn into clusters and canopy. Okay, here we are in what we call the back vineyard. This is the part of the vineyard that was planted in 2007. And it was planted basically a year after our founding as Pedernales Cellars in 2006. When we planted, we had learned quite a bit from my parents' decade of growing grapes, and we realized a number of things. One, the varieties we should be growing should be more nearly Mediterranean varieties. So what I'm sitting here with is a Tempranillo plant. 50% of what we grow now is Tempranillo because it loves this climate. It loves the heat. It loves the fact that it can bud out early. You can see this is budded out much earlier than any of the plants that you've seen so far. The grape clusters here are further along. The other thing we learned from the front vineyard, it is better to run the hills basically perpendicular to the hill.